Jack 6 here against these two blinds, I'm definitely raising. I'd be surprised if I fold Jack 6 in the bottom left. Fine 3-bet there. And you see I'm making it 53 or 33 over 12, which is what I was alluding to earlier. So we're bringing up iRun Lucky's stats that we have on him. Only 126 hands. He's won a gorgeous sum of $59.50. So he looks to be up on the session. So I don't think we have any other hands from other sessions with him. He's raising very liberally under the gun at 33%. And he's folding 71% to 3-bets. I would think that this is definitely a 3-bet get it in against this player. Jack 3 suited. Got not the worst flop for Jack 3 suited. We can put some pressure on a lot of his mid pairs and whatnot. And we have all sorts of backdoors. And a Jack might be good if he's like check calls with pocket nines or something. And so we bet fairly big because we started out a little bit smaller. So it makes sense if we're starting out with a little bit smaller that we're going to be wanting to build a pot on some more dry boards and probably opting for some smaller c-bet sizes on some drier boards. And lucky for us, he folds. And unfortunately for our buddy here in the bottom right, we flop top 2, but I don't think this hand gets too interesting. Maybe it does. This is it. Let's end the video on this, and this is an interesting spot in the top right. First, I think I'm going to go over the bottom right if he does anything, but check calls the river. So I'm going to go, let's end it on these two hands. So bottom right table, table 4. Raise queen 6, fine. Flop top 2, awesome, on a dry board. C-bet, turn, yeah, he could have the flush. Most likely not. Most likely he's going to have a lot of hands that can check call, though. So like queen 10 with the 10 of spades, great spot for us to extract value. 6-5, ace 6, any sort of pair plus spade. Everyone knows the drill on those. So we bet there. We have the 6 of spades, too, which is interesting. A lot of people in this guy's spot will vary their play on how they play 6x of spades on this board. Some will play it very fast, try to get us to put in a lot of money bad or just look kind of full of it. Others will be like, well, when a flush comes, he might barrel. When a 6 comes, he might barrel. And if he has ace 4, I've got him just crushed. So they might opt to check call. So bet pretty big on this river. And he calls with the straight. Off, just not a very good defense pre. And in my mind, yeah, there's antes, but like 2-5 suited just sucks heads up. And then, interesting on the turn, he chose to check call. Not saying it's the worst play, but just something to note. Some people might lead or check raise there. So yeah, from his perspective, an interesting spot. Check. I think his pre and flop decisions are fairly poor. I mean, I don't know. His plan is probably like check call. Like the problem is, I've been barreling so much that on places that even I think was a little over aggressive barreling. And so when you're check calling a gut shot on here, I'm probably barreling a lot of loose spades on a spade turn, a lot of different spots where it's like if 7 comes, what's he going to do? Check raise? What's he representing? Check call again? Maybe. If a spades comes, I guess he could check raise and then barrel the river. But I have every spade combination in my range, and I probably am going to be a little suspicious of a check raise on the turn line when he's check calling the flop with a lot of his spade draws. So I really just don't see how he can be check calling this flop profitably with the low end of a gut shot on this type of board. And if he hits a pair, like he can't really get the showdown often. I just don't really see how he's going to make it there.